Hey guys, Harry here. I am back with another Brick Lane vlog. I'm on a roll this week. I've done three nights in a row, and I'm tending to upload them about a day and a half after each other, so I'm not quite daily videos, but I'm kind of every other day videos. It seems I'll slack off again, undoubtedly. It'll take a couple of rainy days. I'll have a bad day, and then I'll probably forget to make a video, or I'll get gaming or something with the missus, because the daily deals have come back on PlayStation, PlayStation Store. So she just got Cyberpunk, and I'm probably gonna get something, or I'll just carry on playing Division 1. That's what I'm playing at the moment. But anyway, here we are again with another Brick Lane vlog. So it's same footage from last video, just carrying on where we left off and running in this forklift cable. I know obviously these mini video series as I do of each lift, I know that sometimes lags behind the actual work I'm doing on the ground, like in real time, but it's just what I record, and some days, I feel right recording, some days I just don't. Sometimes I just want to go to work and not think about anything and just, stroke the bricks with the trowel, But, so anyway, today's topic for the video, or, thought of the day, is last video was titled, because I've actually not uploaded last video yet, but I anticipate what I'm going to title it when I'm recording the next video. So I'm going to probably you'll have probably seen the title of the last video, and it's probably something like, thought of the day, or my ramblings, or rants, whatever. But I'm going to probably do more of those style of videos where they don't actually have like a specific topic, but I just go into how I'm feeling at that day and just talk to you guys about, chat about whatever. But today's video is going to be cavities. How fucking boring is that? But I'm making a video because it's not something people talk about on YouTube so much, and this is the big thing that deterred me from housing for a good few years when I was one-on-one, is cavities. I hate tapping cavities. I hate trying to keep cavity trays clean, damp trays over your fucking windows, damp trays over your patio doors. I just hate the whole NHBC mantra of tap your ties, but don't tap them too much or they'll bend. Keep your trays clean, but don't tap them too hard and clean them or they'll bust. And remember this, remember that. And a lot of the time you've just got to simplify things. And don't fucking pick and dip, you'll fill the cavity. Don't do this, don't do that. You'll put a groove in your spread, don't put a groove in your spread. Cut your backs off, swipe your backs up. What is my thoughts on keeping your cavities clean when you're on houses? Number one, try to start your own house. Don't take over lifts like I've been doing. The only reason I did it is because the site was so convenient, and I got plenty of work in front of me that I just said, fuck it, give me anything, and the prices were that good, I said, fuck it, I'll take anything. But in real talk, don't take over people's plots, because you'll have a lot of fucking cleaning up to do. Obviously, like I've had to do this week, and last week. So last week, a superstructure inspection, it passed with one pull, which wasn't my fault, and I got another one passed today. Not like they're gonna fail the house, like I'm not that bad, but this got a couple of pulls. Basically, when I did the step tray video, I didn't put the fucking starter tray in, because I brought it up on the scaffold, I put it next to where I was working, and the reason I didn't do it is because it would have created a straight joint right where the starter tray went. I could have carried on the bond and just, left the straight joint. But the starter tray, which is the downside of the preformed plastic trays, can create a straight joint on where you set them out. You'll have three halves in a row, and I refused to do it, so I just didn't put the starter tray in. Obviously, it required me about half an hour's work to put them all back in today, because I had to knock 4 bricks out and replace them, because that's all he pulled. And one of the tie wires I drilled in to the other lad's work, which is number one reason you don't take other people's work. Fell out, so that's what I got 3 pulls there, or 4 pulls, whatever. I don't even. The gaffer was not bothered, and that is a good sign. We've got a couple of pulls, no one, and they're still fucking, they're still happy as Larry with his work, because this is why I emphasise it's not always about the type of work you're doing, it's about how the site is run, and, little mini mistakes that have been put right like that. It was half an hour's job, fixing what was pulled up as an issue, and the fucking manager was fucking, blasé about it, no worries, it's fucking small potatoes sort of thing. That is what sort of job you want to be working on. You do not want to be working on jobs where they're fucking wanting to sack you for a couple of pulls on an house, or they're fucking having a go at you, this and that, the NHBC man, all credit to him, pretty sound. It's been pretty sound for the last couple of houses. He went, just a few tie wires were bent, these trays, I could see you just forgot to put the fucking first one in, just change it for us, and that was it. You haven't got to kick up a stink. I was like, at the time, I couldn't believe that I forgot them. I thought I'd put them in, but obviously I didn't. So made a video on how to do them, didn't even fucking do them right myself. I knew there was something when I was building them. I thought, I forgot something here. Why are them trays not in the wall? Oh well, I'll get them next time. But yeah, remember your starter trays. Fucking hell. Made a video and didn't even fucking put the starter tray in. I was showing people on the video. Anyway, we're all human. But so when it comes to cleaning cavities, basically it's a cavity. It's gonna get got mortar in it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna get mortar in it. If you've got a bottom radon barrier like I've got, leave blocks out. Clean it every other night. If you're on ready mix, every night. If you're on silo, shove your hand in where you've been working. To limit your droppings, shove a bit of timber behind, either some 3B1 or some tiler's lat or whatever in the area. Don't be fucking wondering about the site, losing 10 minutes here, half an hour there, looking for fucking stuff to shove down your cavity. It's not fucking worth it. Drain pipe's fucking useless. I've used drain pipe. It snaps. If you get quite a bit of droppings in it, if you've got the apprentice or the hoddy spreading and he's dropping a bit into your fucking tray, it's gonna fucking break. And a lot of the time, if you leave it in your cavity, you forget to take it out. So my advice for anyone is use a bit of 3B1 or use a bit of tiler's lat, 3B2, anything that's sturdy, and just move it up every 6 course with your ties. Don't sweat it if it doesn't span the whole length of your gable. If you've got a big, this is why I'm a big advocate of big corners. As you can see, a perfect little view there of how I've got the big corners set. With big corners, you only need a little piece in each side to protect your cavities, and that's only if you don't have access to cleaning your bottom tray. You should leave yourself access with blocks, but if you're building corners, a little piece of wood in at each side. Any droppings, no matter how you're laying the brick, it's gonna mortar's gonna drop out the back of the brick if you put in full joints. It's just the way it is. So it's one of them things. If you can limit it, you limit your droppings like that. That's no fucking hassle. It's no fucking hassle just to slide a bit of wood in here and there. You haven't got to fucking, it's not going to be airtight, your fucking cavities when you're building. It's one of them. There is just things you can mitigate. Build corners first when you're running in. Try to cover up most of your rack with a bit of wood where you're running into, and just that's mainly a thing. Don't put too thick a spread on if you know you don't need to. Pick and dip is one of them things where you probably will drop a bit more mortar than you would traditional, but for my money, fuck it, but yeah, so that's all. Only problems, only things I can say to, people say, oh, leave drain pipes in, leave bricks out. It's all fucking time you're gonna have to spend snagging your own fucking work, putting them all back in. A few blocks out at damp course, every 3 blocks, take one out at damp on your bottom tray, and then over your big trays at floor, leave a couple of blocks out there to clean them. Over your sensitive big tray areas, leave a couple of blocks out to clean it, and that's it. That's all you need to do. When it comes to tapping ties for an inspection, it took me fucking 2 hours. It took me, if I kept my trays clean, like obviously I would do if it was my own plot. It took me about an hour to tap them tyres. Tap your tyres an hour, clean the trays out as you go. And yeah, you know, if you've got access to clean them, it don't matter if you forget them for a week. If you've got an hammer and you've got them you can bang them fucking loose with access. You know, sweat over your meter box as well. Leave a couple of bricks out to clean your meter box, and then the most you've got when you've got to snag them is a couple hours work putting stuff back in. And normally a patching price would cover all that. So, you know, even if you've got £100 patching price for external and then £100 internal, you know, I don't know what we get. I've not actually had to patch one myself yet, but when I find out I will tell you. But even if you're getting 100 for just an external, fucking an hour or two's work will easily cover that. So, you know, it's one of them where you ain't gonna sweat it. You're not gonna sweat it. You know, there's some people that overthink it when it comes to cavities. They go, oh, there's a tray there, but you know, get some whack down. Get some whack where you're building, not where there's a fucking tray. You know, if there's a tray and you're building over it, yeah, put a bit of fucking wood behind and move it up as you go. But if it isn't suitable in a particular area for a lat, just don't put one in. Just clean the tray below it. You know, that's why I leave access. Because a lot of the time when I'm building up to expansions or window formers, or there's awkward windows and gables and stuff, there's sometimes just isn't room to put a lat there. So, you know, try to mitigate your drop-ins where you can. But that is about it. Do not sweat it. This is the biggest thing I've had 2 fucking houses pass no sweat. I've neglected the cavities, to be honest. You've seen me put lats in here and there, but I've only been putting fucking Tyler's lat in. I've not been putting anything that's really catching much. And, you know, apart from having to clean that bottom tray out, which what was on top of the fucking Hessian that was already there, there wasn't that much. It was just what was underneath, what was left from other gangs. So, you know, you cannot really, you know, it's one of them where if you do keep on top of your tray cleaning, you know, that's about it. That's all it is. And when it comes to inspections and stuff, just fucking put stuff in the right place. Just remember to put your tyres in, remember to put your fucking window clips in, and you're not going to stress about everything else. You can just focus on fucking smashing working. Just if you remember your main few things, and a lot of the time people get fuzzled. You know, I did when I was younger and inexperienced. I couldn't remember everything. I couldn't compartmentalize. When I'm building a window, remember your window clips. When I'm building a fucking, you know, an expansion joint, remember your fucking expansion ties. To be quite honest, a lot of the time I don't even put the sleeve on the tie. As long as the tie's in, it's fucking in. If you can't fit the sleeve on for whatever reason, I normally wall the sleeve in first, then slide the tie in. But if you haven't got that opportunity, if you forget one nod course, just put the tie in. If you run out of slip ties, just put a normal wall tie in, you know. You know, don't be fucking marching all over the site for little bits of material. You know, if you're getting 99%, 95% of the stuff in that it needs to be in, you're gonna have no issues. Like me, missing them starter trays, fucking half an hour job putting them back in. You know, I took a picture, it's back in, fucking no sweat. It's one thing to do is what people do is they see like an inspection as a fucking, you know, an attack on their ego, and you aren't going to see it like that. You're just going to see it as it's part of housing. Housing has a lot of benefits over footings. Your back's going to be saved. You're not going to be a Raspberry Ripple. You know, you're not constantly fucking working on uneven ground on a flat scaffold. You know, boundary walls, same thing, uneven ground. You've got to top them off, that's always shit. You know, it has a lot of benefits to housing. You aren't going to let things like cavities stress you out, and I haven't been. You know, I've been building the fuckers however I want, you know what I mean? We get our superstructure inspection at Wallplate, which is a pro because, in my eyes, because number one, I don't want to tap ties at joist and then have to tap them again, you know, so if they want 2 inspections. And if they just have 1 inspection at joist, that means you've got to build all your block work first so they can see your fucking beams are all filled, doing all your beam filling, all that crap. You know, I would rather build whichever material I would like to first. So normally in winter, like I said, building brickwork first. A lot of guys are doing it that way on this site, which is nice. Obviously I do like to sometimes put some, you know, some block work up first so I can get my stabilisers on, etc. My ideal start of a band lift would be probably 4 course of block all the way around. Obviously per course of beam fill, and then 3 course on top of that, and then that basically gets you to sill out. I like to sill out with block work first, and then start brickworking it up for light, because then the only reason when you don't do any block work first, like I know a lot of lads are doing, they're not putting the window formers in straight away, and they're building the house, basically band lifting it, the band of gold, and then they're just putting the gables up and leaving the pillars and all the shit to the end. I don't like to do that. I like to, build every section, complete every section. So ideally, maybe build the back first, or if you're going to build a gable first, build half your back and your gable with your windows in. Same with the other side, build your gable and half your back, fill the back in, fill the front in, build everything as one, so you're not having to keep returning, getting window formers later, this and that. And a lot of guys aren't putting the clips in, not putting the clips in on brickwork. It's something they like to see. If you're missing them, it's a potential pull that they're going to fucking knock you for. Keep, window clips every, 300, whenever you fucking can remember. Mine's ideally 300, but sometimes it's 6 course, 450. Every block on your on your block work with a window clip, stuff like that. You ain't got to let stuff like windows and that stress you out. And as well, a lot of the time it's the type of house you're building. You've got to really test it out on some sites, like Avant houses. Avant used to be a nightmare years ago. They used to have soldier courses around them all the way. They used to have fucking voussoirs, preformed dead man features. I've done them before. Me and my mate Gaz were on a site once, and it was just a ball ache, in and outs everywhere. And it's not always good to make money on houses like that. Whereas now, these houses, a lot of them are square boxes. I managed to dodge them flats. They managed to, get me. We lost enough time in weather, and I had enough days off that I didn't have to do a block of flats, which would have been my next drop if I'd have been fucking no life in it at work. Someone else has done them, so thank fuck for that. But every other plot looks square, apart from them fucking flats. Fucking hell, everything looks pretty square, and you've just got to pick houses with less detail, better square, and they're pleasurable to build. Houses with loads of detail and shit. Look at Charlie Collison's latest video. He's fucking left that site because there was fucking 2 or 3 fucking, I don't know how many bay windows there were on the houses with steels, and oh god, it looked a right ball. Like no wonder he didn't want to fucking work there. I don't think anyone in the right mind would have took on them houses. And this is what I mean. You haven't got to just turn up at a job and you think, oh god, this is a bit of a ball ache, but we'll stick at it. There's so many years work. You've got to turn up, build something that you're comfortable building, build something that you're earning money on, and that is what my advice is for when it comes to housing and cavities. It is to the individual site, and you've got to be wary of that. And I've worked on housing sites before, and it's a fucking nightmare. Gaffers on your back all the time. Remember this, remember that. Going around with a bit of Stanley knife, checking your window clips are in, checking your ties are in, and coming up onto the scaffold every day and looking at your work. This bloke here who runs this job, he maybe comes up onto my scaffold once every 2 weeks when I'm working late and he wants to shut up. He comes up to say, like, make sure your car's not in car park, it's getting locked. He don't even look at my work. He don't even look at it because, a lot of the time they take one look at it, first week you're there, and then they don't have to look at it again, if you're half decent. So but there is sites where you do get, your young thrusting managers fucking doing your nutting, pestering you, and it's no good to be on sites like that. But anyway, enough of my ramblings about cavities. That's the video. Hope you guys have been enjoying everything. Obviously last video I'm addressing different styles video, but I'm going to record some footage tomorrow. It's the missus's first day. I've loaded out. I managed to get that superstructure inspection done, clean the bottom trays. I've just got one gable I didn't do, but I said I've got a personnel though to cut in there that another firm had left, so I've got a bit of day work doing that on a rainy day. He just said, you know, whenever it rains, just go in there and do that and finish cleaning your trays. So I've got a bit of day work doing that whenever it next rains. But I've got two top outs, well, a top out loaded, you know, 2 big pikes loaded. There's about 650 bricks up to table, I think. I don't know how high I'm going to take them. I'm probably just going to take them to a comfortable height because they're going to put a table lift on it anyway. And I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. I'm going to get the head cam charged as well. We're going to get the missus spreading. Anyway, basically, you know, that's what I'm going to be doing. It's my youngster's first day at nursery in over a year and a half since COVID. He went just before COVID, and then all that stuff kicked off and authoritarian rubbish. So we took him out of nursery after that. But all them stupid bubbles and all that, masks, and I don't want to go back to those days. Jesus, like a communist bloody regime. But it's his first day at nursery again, and he's doing a couple of days a week so far. And you know, I'm gonna turn up after 8, I reckon, tomorrow, and then we'll have an early in. I'm just gonna blast. I've got a tub of Godwant scaffold. I'm gonna use that and get off. I'm just gonna blast it. Probably not even have a snap. Take some snap with us. Blast that tub off. Build a gable. About 5. I think I get about. What do we get out of a tub? 400 bricks. Blast 400 bricks go out. It's good enough for a Friday. And yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll leave a bit of music for the ending of the video. And hope you enjoy your weekend, because this will be probably the weekend you're watching anyway. So that was my video on cavities. You know, take it with a, you know, take it for what it is. You know, people have a different opinion to me. You know, I have got, you know, what you would call a rough mentality when it comes to cavities, but people wind me up with like, oh, my trays are clean, I don't drop any gobbo, and I was like, just get out of the fucking room, get out of town. But yeah, that's it, you know. Yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. We're almost at 1,200 subs. I think I've been saying that for the last three or four videos, but you know, I'm really happy for the continuous support. And the gentleman from Venezuela or Chile or wherever, thank you very much for your comments. I've just recently found the translate button, and I always like them. Thanks a lot for your continued support. You always leave me lovely comments on the videos, so I'm, you know, giving you a little shout out, because I've seen you comment in a few people's videos and no one's give you a shout out, and you're probably the only foreign commenter in a lot of the Brick Lane stuff. So thank you very much for that, and if you enjoyed the videos, please give it a like and subscribe for more bi-daily content. See you later, and have a good weekend.